Today's question, all about languages. Can you learn a language while you sleep? Just play it quietly into your head and in it goes subliminally. Well, let's find out with Dr. Lindsay Browning, who is a sleep expert. Hello to you, Dr. Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining us. So, is this the answer to revisionists' prayers? Can we do all of our learning whilst we're asleep?
I wish I could say yes, but the reality is no. It's a bit like, are there creams that you can rub on your stomach to magically give you a six-pack? I would love to buy one, but they're not really true. But there is a little bit of truth in the fact that you can learn some things in your sleep, but how much you can learn and whether it's actually a good idea is another issue.
Oh, okay.
So basically there's a study in 2019 that played people while they were asleep, made up words, completely made up words, and paired them with real words. So like horse was gablup or something. And then the next day, they asked people questions about these made up words, and people didn't have any idea what these made up words were, but they found out that the answers that they gave were significantly more accurate. Even though they didn't realize they'd learnt the words, they were more accurate than those who hadn't been played the words. But here's the downside. The difference was only a 10% improvement of these few made-up words. So the reality is the improvement that you might learn from learning a language overnight is going to be really, really, really small. And they only learnt unconsciously these made-up words a little bit. So it's not really very helpful.
Oh, so something went in, but not much. So why then? Because it makes sense. If you've got a brain that's there, why can't you pour information into it while it's asleep?
Well, the thing is you can, but it's all subconscious, so you don't really realise you're learning it.
Oh.
But the downside is, although you're learning these things subconsciously, it's affecting your ability to learn everything else you learned that day. So, for example, if you actively sat down and learned 10 foreign words that you were trying to learn and then played yourself a tape of something else, you wouldn't remember the words that you were really trying to learn because you didn't sleep properly, because listening to the other tape overnight disrupted your ability to actually learn things. But if you need to learn something subconscious, like some kind of affirmations, or if you have post-traumatic stress or you're trying to stop smoking, then there's a very small chance that might be a good thing to listen to during the night, but you're still going to affect your ability to learn and you're not going to get as good night's sleep. So you have to weigh up, how much do I want to learn this very small thing versus how much damage is it going to do to my sleep? And of course, we know that getting a good night's sleep is really important for your mental health, your physical health, as well as learning things during the day.
That's extraordinary. So actually the effect of the detriment it has on your sleep isn't worth the payoff. So just say, like, when I go to sleep, if I'm struggling to sleep at night, I quite often stick a podcast on or something, and it will still be playing in my ears, even though I've put snooze on when I go to sleep. So my eyes will go and I'll fall asleep, but it will still be going. Is that affecting my sleep at that point?
Yes, it is actually. Although lots of people listen to podcasts, sleep stories to help them go to sleep, because as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain is busy worrying about the day, so you're listening to something else to distract you. So you might find you fall asleep more easily. But once you've fallen asleep, that noise is still disrupting your sleep. We know it. We sleep better when we're in a quiet environment. If we sleep in a noisy hotel room with noises going on outside, our sleep's disturbed. The same with listening to podcasts. Any kind of noise during the night is going to affect our quality of our sleep, meaning that we're not going to wake up as refreshed, even though you might have fallen asleep slightly more quickly because you were being distracted by the podcast.
So trying to learn something while you're asleep by playing it in subliminally is as bad as sleeping next to a noisy snorer?
Pretty much, yes.
So
I definitely wouldn't recommend it.
Listen, thank you very much for telling us all about it, Dr. Lindsay Browning, sleep expert. Well, there you go. So you might pick up something subliminally, but it's not really worth the damage that you're doing to your sleep.